Well, that ought to do it. Hey, I got lost there. I tried to switch to just the chat bar, but whatever. I lost everybody. Anyway, hey, welcome back if you were just here. All right. Well, where was I? Hey, we're just having a little more coffee here. I got cut off, or I cut myself off by trying to turn myself on the chat so I could see the chat better. But a rookie move for me over here at Tectonic. Welcome, everybody. There's some mosquitoes out tonight, so I had to put some bug dope on, man. They were eating my ankles. Ankle biters. Anyhow, so I think we're done with Colombia. I was talking about Colombia. There's going to be a video, and but yeah, I won't go any deeper. Trying to get where we can get that glare out of my glasses here, and I think all we got to do is just go like that. Hey, anyway, if you were here, sorry I got cut off. I cut myself off by trying to look at the chat. Just have it all on like chat, pop out chat, but another rookie move. And yeah, we're just hanging out here. It's funny here. The mosquitoes are kind of bad tonight. They're getting my ankles. Last night they weren't quite as bad. Take vitamin B, it helps, but it's not helping today. So yeah, if you have any questions, guys, I made a video today. Put that out. Just nothing big today. Kind of taking it easy, and I'm working on another video a little slower. It's a little longer, so throwing in some shorter, fun stuff and tips in between. Some stuff is not really tips, but a little bit of music combined with some bicycle stuff with my friend Fernando G, the artist, ukulele, harmonica dude. Great guy to hang out with. He used to work. Okay, so if you've seen that video of Fernando playing the harmonica and the ukulele, Fernando was our photographer at the Raft Company the last couple years of operation. He was there, I think he did 3 seasons. And Fernando taught me. So, I tell you, I've told you before, I did a lot of the building of the stuff at the Raft Company, building all. And I really kind of tried to help out the, employees. And they would always come to me to ask for, things. And as far as like, maintenance and all that, I was kind of like the maintenance guy too, but hey, oh yeah. So anyway, thank you. Yeah, that was It was a fun one. Anyway, um, sorry, I'm just getting eaten alive out here, man. Just like last night, Arctic Vanilla. I'm not even in Alaska. So, yeah, where was I there? That was a good video. So we're kind of done with Colombia. Toilet paper. Now, Fernando, that last year that I worked for the raft company, I didn't build too much. I did a couple of projects. And then I had a friend, my girlfriend at that time, came up. And actually, she used to work up there. And she just came up for a couple weeks. So when she came up, that was going to be it for me for the summer. I was going to hang out with her for a while. And, but anyway, Fernando, I spent the last couple weeks of that summer, actually months of that summer, taking photos for the raft company on the river as they go through the rapids. You know, there's two spots where we go down and do shots. And then we run back, develop them, and they sell them at when the people get off the trip. So Fernando headed that up, and they said, "Hey, Darren, you want to take photos?" And I said, "Sure." I'm not really a photographer. I mean, I've taken a lot of photos, and anyway, and I've got lucky a few times, but I'm not a skilled photographer. Set your aperture, and I can do all that stuff, but not I'm not into it like Fernando. So I'm taking photos on the river, and Fernando and this other girl, they hired a few people, and I was one of them to help with the photos. So they're like, coming back, and we're all working on, you work on the computer, you got Photoshop to make them look good. And they put out their photos, and then they put mine out, and they're like, they're like, oh, we got to help Darren learn how to use Photoshop. So he taught me how to use Photoshop because my photos sucked. I mean, I had to, of course, I could take the photo. You just point and shoot down there in the rapids, right? And I was pretty good at that. I was always good at composure, but I didn't know how to work on the photos. So he taught me a lot, and learned how to use Photoshop, make my and the raft guides. See, the raft guides, it's kind of like YouTube. They get better tips when the photos look good. It's like your thumbnail. You get better views or something. And so they would they'd get mad if Darren's taking the photos tonight. Oh shit, they're not gonna get as good of tips. So he had to really I had to step it up on my end of the whole thing. So I took pictures on the Nenana River that I actually used to guide on for so many damn years. And then there I was taking photos of the guys going through, making all the tips, all the big bucks, while I'm clicking photos of them, and they're complaining about tips. Anyway, I was a bus driver for a long time too, and we'll talk about that. Looks like we got 4 people here, so if anybody's got any questions, yeah, I think. The one thing I noticed, I never expect too many people to get on here. Last night there was 10. I love it when you guys show up, though. But yeah, I mean, there's tonight. I just do this when I feel like it. But I noticed tonight and I don't know if it's just because I've been doing lives, but all those people that I know are live, like the other bicycle guy, that a couple of them, and the girl who's the dog. Well, you might not have her on your thing, but like this dog person who's really cool. And yeah, it's interesting. Well, I messed up mine, Bardio. I was uh I was trying to click over to have the pop out where I could read the chats. I thought that's what it was. But all that came up was the stats, and I don't care about the stats. It said 3 people are waiting, and I'm like, I can't see the chat thing now. So I kind of ruined it. Hey, welcome to Tectonic Traveller stuff here. I'm a lover of things and stuff, and we're just hanging out talking as the neighbors walk by on their evening walk with their dogs, and have fine conversations, and listen to me over here rip rapping with my viewers. Must be kind of interesting. They probably think, who the hell is he talking to? So there's a dog here, a little kind of a poodle, and she sits over in the glass and the slider door and watches me wonders who is he talking to? So today she walked out here and the computer was sitting over here and there was nobody on or anything. And she was over here looking at it like, who's in there? It was classic. Let me read up here. Were you driving bus in? No. No, but I was there. No, I was there in 2010. I worked at the Denali Outdoor Center in the office there. And that's right by when you're going through Glitter Gulch there, by all the hotels and the pizza place and the salmon bake and the boardwalk. I built a lot of that stuff, Arctic Vanilla. Like I was saying last night, but on that boardwalk, I built the subway, the subway sandwich place and the 1 hour photo. Those are the two first buildings I ever built all by myself in 1993. No, I'm sorry, 1995. When they were really developed. I'd always built stuff with other people, but I built those things. I was bumming around in the park. You were? Oh yeah, I was over at DOC. The Patagonia store and the gift shop and the pizza place across the street, Prospectors. That little strip over there is where I was all the time. I was out front of that office talking to all the people walking by, and I had that mannequin in the kayak. I don't know if you saw that. There's a mannequin in a kayak in a dry suit, and I had it all rigged up for people to pull the string on, and it would move and scare people. There's a video. It's on my other channel, so I put a link in a video on here, but it's on Build to Bike. Oh no, it isn't. Never mind. It's on Medellin. See, I have too many channels, and there's nobody on them. I'll send. Now I know who you are. I'll get you the link and show you the videos, and it's right out in front of the raft company there. Yeah, if you were there bumming around that park in 2010, were you there all summer? What were you doing? Just cruising around? Did you live down there or just come down and hang out? Oh, Darren, I am uploading my jazz instrumental. Cool. You guys reading this? Bardio, he makes music for playlists for people, bicyclists, camper, car camp, just stuff. And he's got these cool, well, he does a lot of vinyl stuff, and he's got these cool turntables. And check out Barrio Mio there. He's made me some great stuff, Spanish tunes and Spanish guitar, Colombian, all sorts of great old tunes from when I was growing up. And so anybody have any questions? Or should I be giving you any more videos of stuff that you're not getting? What are you not getting out of here? Because today I did I did the one on the toilet paper, but I'm working on one that you haven't seen yet, obviously, and it's a pretty good one. It's a camping mystery one, and the thing about it is Arctic Vanilla here sparked my memory of this last night, so you're gonna like that too. I wish I could just tell you right now, but I can't. But it has to do with, I'll tell you where it happened, is Otto Lake, right out there outside of Healy and Denali. Otto Lake is on the way. When you're Arctic Vanilla, you go right by Otto Lake Road. It's just up the hill. When you go up that damn hill after Healy, when you're heading south, you got that long mile hill. It's kind of long, and which to me isn't long anymore. If it's windy, it's horrible though. And see here, just hiking. Oh, right on. We went out in the park. Cool. Well, if you've been out to or all the way out to Wonder Lake at all, in that area, that's where I'll be out in Kantishna next year, and then I go out to the Peters Glacier, which is on the north side, and then I'm on the Canadian route. I'm either on the Canadian route or another route that I'm not talking about yet because I'm with a good friend of mine who we're still in the middle of deciding. But you know what? We won't decide. Our permit will be for whatever on that Wickersham side, north side. Schwaby, Schwab, Schwaby. Everybody says it a little different. Otto Lake, you slept there. You did? Okay. So Otto Lake, right now it's different. A company bought it, but before you get to the lake, right at the lake on the left is used to be Denali Outdoor Center. That used to be our main operation. Campground is where the campground is. A company bought that from my friends for a lot of money. They sold out. Denali Outdoor Center sold out and that's where you went. And that was our campground on the left. If you went in there, and it goes out, and it's 40 acres. And I built that building right at the entrance. I built the building behind it, and I built all the cabins, and I built everything back there, pretty much all by myself. Raft guides would help me. So you saw my stuff. Yeah, Schwalbe. Love them. Had many sets of them. I don't have those on here right now. I have those on the Jameis in Columbia, though, and on the one in Hornbrook. Yeah, Otto Lake. I built Otto Lake Campground pretty much with various guides that would come through. And the owner of the raft company would help me sometimes, but he's busy running a raft company, so he didn't help me too much. He'd say, if he's listening to me, "Hey, Bill, you did help me. You helped me a lot, but you were busy doing stuff. I was building stuff." And so that's how that worked. Epic time in my life. Otto Lake, Denali Outdoor Center. Now, we had an office in the canyon too, Arctic Vanilla, and it was down by that pizza place on the left, and that was kind of like where all the action was. Otto Lake is where we had the campground, and that's where the trips ended. We de-suited everybody, take everybody out of the dry suits, put them back in their, regular shoes, and put them in a bus, take them back to the hotels, and all that. Yeah, they're pretty spendy tires. It's funny. I just bought some kind of middle of the road foldable tires this last trip because I thought my ones before were gonna, they were getting old. They were Schwalbes, and I said, nah, I'll throw these on there. I just had them right for extras, and I had them for the whole Sierra trip. They're on here right now, and they're bomber. But I'm wearing them down real quick. I ride a lot, so I go through tires fairly fast compared to most people, and I carry weight. I carry something every time. I have the front bags on every time I go out. But sometimes I'll fill up the bike just for a day ride because I like to feel that, that fully loaded, feeling. That other fully loaded. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna have to wrap it up pretty soon here. I got to go finish some stuff tonight, and it was fun talking with you guys. I really appreciate you coming over and chit chatting with me here I like to say the fireside, but too hot for that. Sitting here by the sunset. Sun's just about out. Well, it's set, but now it's just about dark, and it's nice around here at nighttime. I really enjoy it out here. I'll stay out here and work. Excuse me, under this little bungalow area until later, and then I'll head on in and crawl in a nice comfortable bed, and then I'll sleep. And here's the thing about me is, man, I sure appreciate a nice comfortable bed. When you go out and you spend a couple months and you're like, whew, you forget. Oh man, now I have a nice pad. Well, I did, and that's another video I showed it once, and now I have a new one, but it doesn't matter. Nothing like a real bed after you've been sleeping, on the fringe for a while. Even in South America, like down there, I'm sleeping in beds most of the time when I'm traveling. I'm not camping. I don't camp a lot in Colombia. I stay in you know a cheap little place, with a bed and a blanket and a nice little meal, and that's the way to go. You don't generally camp unless you're in the right places. It's kind of regional, depending on where you are. Tarpcraft. Hey, I did a little of that on my own today. Now here's about I was out here doing something. I go, God, I wish I could tell all my people interested in Tarpcraft that I'm gonna do it when I'm out in a place where, not this. There's nowhere to even put a stake in really. And so as soon as I get to a spot, and I'd rather not just go to like a park and do it. I want to do it when I'm out, and that'll be soon though because I'm going out for a couple nights, and so we'll take the new tarp and we'll do a good one, and I'm going to do it outward bound style because that's the way. I'll start with the outward bound style, basic tarp setup. I make bond proof, and then I'm going to go into a couple of versions like the one behind me, how I have it set up, which you can't really see because it's dark right now, and how I angle it. I can move that thing around all day long, just like a shield, And I have these clips. Well, you've probably seen all that. I have these special clips I've been buying at Harbor Freight. They're great for rolling it up on each side, and it's just Tectonic Traveller's tarp craft. You might have better ideas, and you can put them in the comments. I like that, and then I'll include them in my videos. Hey, it's getting pretty dark out here, isn't it? I should probably get off of here before I disappear. I saw the thumbnail for my video from last night. It's just black, and but I don't know if people watch those anyway. I mean, I don't watch these things after they. You're looking forward to seeing Tarpcraft. All right, right on. Cool. Well, I'll have my friend with me. He'll help me film that, and if not, I'll do it by myself. All right, you guys. Hey, now there's 7 people here who just showed up. You want to say or ask anything before I get blacked out here by darkness? I would start a big bonfire right now, but you can't really do that where I'm at. Plus, it's kind of warm. But pretty soon we'll be in places where we can roll out a fire, sit by a fire, and chit chat, tell some stories by the fireside. That's kind of what I enjoy. I enjoy that more than anything. I know my stories aren't always that good, but they're better to tell when you can see me and my glasses aren't shining at you and that kind of thing. We can do it a little more with that ambiance. Right on, man. Well, you guys have a great evening, and thanks for coming over and watching me, listening to me talk. Not watching me, but listening. And hey, I don't know if you guys ever listened to that guy. Is it Scott Adams? Coffee with Scott Adams in the morning on YouTube. He created Dilbert. He has cancer now, but he does a little live coffee in the morning. I think it's really cool. Now I'm not exactly on terms with him politically or anything, but I just kind of like how he does it. He just pops it on and starts talking, you know. And I'll do that from time to time, and we can chat about whatever you bring up. It doesn't have to be tectonic tours, because really there's only 7 of you here right now. It's not like there's 30 people out there waiting for me to talk about one specific thing because no one said anything. If you say something, that take me that direction though. As you've seen, if you say something, I will think of something to talk about it. Almost guaranteed. If I can't, I'll let you carry it a little further. Well, I feel like I'm going down in a deep hole here. All right, you guys, man. Hey, have a great evening. Arctic Vanilla, Bardio, and all of you that are watching. I love you all. And now there's 8 of you, so somebody new came on. And hey, I'm disappearing in the darkness out here. Appreciate you stopping by. Watch the video from today about alternative to toilet paper if you're an outdoorsy person or whatever. I don't really care to use that alternative as a cyclist. But, if I had to, I would do it just, because it would be better than not doing anything at all. And hey, if you watch the video of Fernando G playing his little ukulele and harmonica, that wasn't really hey, there comes the lights. Right on. We got lights. that was just a detour off the main path that we usually do. Something a little different, some tunes, and a little bit of bicycling in there. And yeah, but we've just been talking about Colombia and some camping stuff. And it's too dark to see all my gear I have laid out for tomorrow's video. And I probably won't leave it out because there's things that can get in stuff out here. There's even tarantulas here, believe it or not. Have I seen one? No. I've seen some rats. I get out here early in the morning, and when I come out here early, sometimes I'll see a rat take off. Thank you, Bardio Mio. Thank you very much, man. I keep saying I'm going to leave, but a little coffee here and 9 people waiting for somebody to ask me a question about something. If you haven't asked me something yet, I kind of feel like I'm fading out here. It's getting so dark. These solar lights came on though. It's kind of cool. Here, I'm going to turn you around so you can see how cool it looks. Here, hold on. Don't go anywhere. Down there. It's kind of cool. They have all these. Those are all solar lights all the way down over there in the corner there, my little corner. Pretty nice though. Yeah. Anyway, lots of Alaska stuff today. Tomorrow, that story about that canoe. I'm telling the story about the canoe. Hey, Arctic Vanilla, if you're still there, you're going to love. You sparked the story. And tonight you say you camped at Otto Lake. Well, this story happened at Otto Lake. And it's a little offbeat and wacky, and it has something to do with somebody you probably know. Boy, that's almost a giveaway, but not really. And this is a fully true story. And the cool thing about this is I think Fernando, who lived at Otto Lake, Fernando was the photographer, worked at the raft company. We all lived at Otto Lake. That's where everybody lived. All the raft company, all the guides, all the staff. And I lived there in various little places around the property, So one year I camped. One year I lived in a trailer. Another year I lived in a van. And, back then, when they had little trailers and little things parked and old rafting vans that had just died. And they said, hey, you can just live in one of those if you want. It's just summertime. I didn't live in it. I just put my stuff in it, opened the back of it, fixed it up, and I made an outdoor living area. I made it really cool. And I'll make a video about that too, because I have photos of the places I fixed up at Otto Lake where I lived. And yeah, you'll see my old outdoor oven I made, all sorts of fun stuff, man, that I forget about. And someday we'll venture on back down to Seward, Alaska, where I had the helicopter glacier hiking company. And I had a story I thought about, I wanted to talk about or make a video about today. Just, hey, man, I'm sitting here with all these things to talk about, and I'm pretty soon I'll just have to throw them in a bag and talk about them later when we're traveling, sitting out by a campfire or sitting somewhere. All right. Let's see. Oh, I missed some. No, I didn't. Bardio Mio, you were the last comment. I think Arctic Vanilla probably had to go home. And there's 9 of you there. Say hello. Hey, if there's something you were enjoying me talking about out there, let me know. Otherwise, you're making me feel like you might be somebody that is just watching me, but that's okay. Oh, maybe it's my kids, my ex-wife, maybe it's Fernando, maybe it's Bill, maybe it's, hey, Riley, maybe it's Steve, Karma. I guess there's people that could be watching and just going, well, we're just going to watch Darren and see what he says tonight. Well, there went one of you. All right, man. Y'all have a good evening wherever you are. If I know you, I love you. Well, I love you anyway. I love you if I don't know you, because we were all in this together in it to a certain extent. Anyway, all right, man. Have a great evening. subscribe, you guys. If you're just sitting here watching me and you like what you see, I just thought of this. Please like and subscribe, and look forward to the next stuff. I have 2 in the oven right now. That's 2 videos in the oven I'm already working on. But I want them to be fun, not fun, I should say. I want them to be good and not so on the fly, although some of my on the fly ones are the best, kind of like I'm doing right now. So sometimes the unplanned, work out the best trips. Also the best trips, like camping and hiking or like spontaneous, So I kind of do that with the videos too. I do it with the bike, I'm spontaneous. I do it with everything. Otherwise, things get a little, too monotonous, too routine, and your cognitive abilities start to fail. So you got to keep rolling along. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, I still have time to hang out at night. Thanks.